CNN just released an investigation into YouTube ads. You guys know where this is going, right? More demonetization and more brands, of course, leaving YouTube. Now, in bold letters in this investigation, they write, ads from over 300 companies and organizations, including tech giants, major retailers, newspapers, and government agencies, ran on YouTube channels promoting things like white nationalists, Nazis, pedophilia, conspiracy theories, and North Korean propaganda. Oh my God. White nationalists, Nazis, and pedos. Oh my. Quick, gotta get rid of the ads, pull the ads, demonetize YouTube, and make sure that all these companies, you go and spend money on old media. That's the gist of this CNN report. That is the goal. And look, they're already incredibly successful at pushing towards that goal. Look, my channel, I've talked about this before on Twitter. I've talked about this before in videos. I've been demonetized, right? Plenty of times. There are YouTubers out there that as soon as they put up a video, gone, demonetized. And it could be about anything, essentially. Then there's the appeal process and all that stuff. Not only that, but ad fill rates. The amount of ads showed on our channel is really low. So that doesn't help. And of course, some of the recent changes in the algorithm have made it so that most of my subscriber base doesn't even see the video. And if the subscribers don't see the video, then nobody sees the video. And this isn't just happening to me. This has been documented. They've been talking about it on the Humanist Report. They've been talking about it on the Young Turks. Kyle Kalinske over at Secular Talk, he's talked about this. So this has been a big deal, right? This has been impacting all of us. And now it's about to get worse. I mean, let me give you an example. I normally get about 1 to 1.23 million views monthly. At about this time, I'm not even close to half that. My views have been cut in half. And just compared to a couple of months ago. So that's how much just a little bit of an algorithm change has affected me. Add in, of course, the demonetization and more ads that are pulling out. Well, you can get the picture, right? People on YouTube are not doing very well. Now, I believe the algorithm change is in response, of course, to old media. Old media is pushing to delegitimize new media, progressive media. And so this is just another way for them to try to delegitimize those channels and to bring advertisers and revenue and viewership back to old media channels like CNN. So, and of course, speaking of monetization, right? Now they're coming for what little we have left. Now, one of the companies, Under Armour, according to this investigation, is now pausing its advertising buy on the platform after CNN notified the company that its ads appeared on a white nationalist YouTube channel called Wife with a Purpose. Now, look, I haven't heard of this channel. Have you heard of this channel? It's not like it's PewDiePie or not like, for example, TYT. It's not one of these gigantic channels. Well, let me give you the details on what this channel is. First, they have just over 10,000 subscribers. Ooh, oh my God, wow. No, that's a blip on YouTube. That is, look, we've got 73, almost 74,000 subscribers. That's not very many either. That is also kind of a blip on YouTube. So, look, this channel does not have very many subscribers, not very many views either. One of their best performing videos did get about 134,000 views. I can get that in probably a couple of days. But it's also been up for like 2 years. So in reality, that's not a lot of views. And so when it comes to ads being shown in that video, whatever ads you are shown on that video are not going to be hugely significant, right? However much money you're going to make from those ads is not significant. We're not making a lot of money here on YouTube, okay? But nonetheless, what are the brands going to do? They're going to overreact, and they're going to pull out. And I think that's the point. They basically want to scare brands off of YouTube. And they do that by finding some of the most obscure channels that may or may not have run their ads to whatever incredibly small, hateful audience they have. And they can then point to that, and they've done this before, and say, oh my God, look at that, white nationalists. They're watching your ads. They're watching your ads. Now, what are you going to do about it? You need to stop spending money on new media. What you need to do is you need to go back to safe, traditional, old media. Back to the article. They write, the incidents have raised questions about whether YouTube can adequately safeguard ads and brands' integrity, or whether its automated systems mean that advertisers will always be at risk of such ad placements. So what they're saying is, oh, look at that. There's questions about whether or not your integrity will be held up on YouTube. So better pull those ads, better pull that funding, and redirect it to us. I mean, look, they can't even protect your integrity. Your ads are going on white supremacist channels. Here's another quote here from Nicole Perrin. Now, she's a senior analyst at eMarketer who covers advertising and marketing technology. This is to show you how riled up these advertising companies are. She said YouTube's bottom line hasn't been hit. Well, that's true. They make a ton of money. She says if brands want to make sure this stops, the only way for that to happen is to stop spending on YouTube until it's fixed. Fix what? This is not a real problem. What this is this is an attempt by old media to clamp down on new media because old media is fading into irrelevance. Let me give an example. According to Pew Research, who conducted a poll in August of last year, 43% of Americans now report often getting their news online. That is just 7 percentage points lower than the 50% who often get their news on television. So, television news, we're coming. We're at the 43%. And that was up massively since 2016. That shows that people do not have trust in the mainstream corporate media. Why? And it's because they're the stuff that they cover. You turn on CNN, for example, all day, every day. Stormy Daniels, Trump, Russia. Now, look, I've talked about those two different things before, and there's importance in those subjects, but they ignore everything else. They don't ignore war. Actually, they cheerlead for war, but they ignore things like massive poverty, income disparity, minimum wage protests, all that stuff. We're not getting that information from CNN anymore, from those cable. They have 24 hours to fill in a day. What are they doing with it? Donald Trump, Stormy Daniels, Russia. That's what we're doing. Come on. So, is it any wonder why younger people are leaving? In fact, I had a conversation, I believe it was last week, with just a regular person. I was at a grocery store, and we started talking about media. I know that's a weird thing. And she's like, I don't watch traditional media anymore. I get my news online. Because, and she told me, and I loved this. She said, look, whenever I watch something, for example, on NPR, right? I ask myself, okay, who's paying for this coverage? Who's paying for these people to say these things? Where's the money coming from? And so she basically follows the money. And she sees that's where their perspective comes from. Younger people, they're not stupid. They don't just turn on the television and go, oh, yep, that's absolutely true. Yep, I'm going to listen to whatever Don Lemon says. Or in the case of Fox News viewers, for example, whatever Hannity says, right? No, they don't do that. younger people follow the money and they see who's paying for these, people to say whatever they're going to say. And they see the perspective that they come from. And of course, that is an establishment perspective. That is the perspective of war profiteers, giant corporations, and billionaires. That's why you don't get a regular person's perspective. So, now, online news, like I said, because so many younger people are leaving, that is their prime demographic. They want to keep that around. Since online news is trying to overtake TV, they're like, oh, we can't have that. We can't have that. Quick, find me something to try to kill online media with. And they found it. They found it. In fact, they said YouTube continues to place ads on channels run by the online digital network InfoWars, of course, as Alex Jones' channel, of course, conspiracies and all that. Alex Jones is a nut job. All right, anybody who takes anything that Alex Jones says is not a very smart person to begin with, and probably didn't have much stock in facts in the first place. I mean, he says stuff like,
I want to go to space. I want to see interdimensional travel. It's the devil, okay?
Okay. And of course, here's the best part.
It is an alien force, not of this world. It's not human intelligence.
It's not human intelligence. It's not human intelligence, man. So that's the kind of stuff Alex Jones says. Okay. Thinks the devil is stopping us from space travel. It's ridiculous. So again, if you're somebody who views Alex Jones unironically, you are not likely to believe in facts in the first place. Nonetheless, CNN has also found that YouTube has put ads for Mozilla and 20th Century Fox Film on a Nazi YouTube channel. I love this. They said the company's ad ran on Brian Rue's Nazi channel. YouTube subsequently deleted the channel for violating its community guidelines against spreading hate speech, which is fine. Before the deletion, they said ads ran frequently on the channel. Rue, who was then contacted by CNN for comment, emphasized he did not want to be referred to as a neo-Nazi because he thinks of himself as a, quote, real, genuine, and sincere Nazi. Okay, hey, that's pretty clear. All right. But look, so you took the right action, right? Violated your terms of service. You can do that. You can eliminate, I guess, hate speech, right? Or at least demonetize it, right? But if that's not bad enough, they go through and they point out how some ads have ended up in channels belonging to pedophiles. Now, there's a reason that they're listing the worst of the worst. Again, a lot of these are obscure channels with small viewer bases, right? That in the long run get less, have actually less views and less subscribers than gaming channels. This is regular video gaming channels, like somebody streaming a Let's Play. Okay. But let me go into the pedophile channel, apparently. The Genius of Play, a campaign by the Toy Association promoting play and child development, has pulled their ads from YouTube after CNN found that ads for the campaign were placed on Amos Yee's channel, which he has used to promote pedophilia. Yee gained notoriety in 2015 for his YouTube video that praised the death of Singapore's first prime minister. Jeez. After he was granted political asylum in the U.S. in 2017, he began using his YouTube channel to promote decriminalizing pedophilia. Now, of course, that is not representative of the YouTube community. And I'm pretty sure that's a crime. So, hey, look, if you want to demonetize that channel, makes perfect sense, right? But here's, again, the problem. Those aren't going to be the only channels. They're just going to be used as an example of the worst to try to demonetize everyone. And for that, we go who they are actually really after. That same article says, quote, ads, and this is right after the Nazi and the pedophile, they point out, ads also appeared on the Jimmy Dore Show channel, a far-left YouTube channel that peddles conspiracy theories such as the idea that Syrian chemical weapons attacks are hoaxes. For one, Jimmy Dore is just asking a question on that. And for two, this is what they're doing. They're basically equating Jimmy Dore, and they're lumping him on together with with Nazis and pedophiles. And, oh, what a far left host. What an extreme person. Really? Extreme? Now, look, there may be some things that I disagree with Jimmy Dore on. Mainly the Russia investigation. But Jimmy Dore is nowhere near extreme. Okay? In fact, when it comes to issues, I'm with him 100%. Not only that, but I admire his passion. Okay? You want to go for a passionate rant on how we're getting fucked by the establishment, you go to Jimmy Dore. He's got that shit on lockdown. Okay? To lump him in with Nazis and label him as some part of the extreme far left, when he fights for things like Medicare for all, which has over 60% approval rating, free college, also incredibly popular, a living wage, and a fair and honest media, that is nothing more than a ridiculous smear. This is a hatchet job. And it's not the only one. There was another progressive host, YouTuber, activist, that was also smeared. Anoa Changa. Now, look, she got smeared by an Atlanta NPR affiliate. And this is somebody, this is from reporter Johnny Kaufman. This headline was titled, "Atlanta Activist Uses Russian-Backed Media to Spread Message." So, because she was on a couple of shows that were carried by Radio Sputnik, she's obviously must be a tool of Russia. See, look, a lot of people have told me, hey, look, be careful when you actually talk about Russia, because there are people that are using this, that are weaponizing this narrative. And they're absolutely right. Now, I try to stick with facts, and yes, I have my own speculations when I talk about Russia and the Mueller investigation. But they're absolutely right when they say that this can and will be used as a weapon against progressives. And that's exactly what they're doing to Anoa. So, and look, Anoa, she's somebody that I respect greatly. Her and the Progressive Army, headed up by Ben Dixon, also an excellent progressive. And they're fighting off these smears now. They don't want progressive voices out there. They don't want people who are going to challenge corporate media and challenge establishment narratives. And of course, so one of the ways to get rid of them is to, for one, take away their source of funding, their ability to finance their shows through advertising. And look, they're doing this because establishment media is incredibly afraid of the new media voices, because look, our job is to hold them accountable. And make no mistake, they're going to continue ratcheting up these attacks. So what we're going to need to do is we all need to support each other. Okay? All hands on deck, right? Progressive hosts. Look, even if we have problems, in the past, even if we've disagreed on certain issues or still don't agree on certain issues, we're all progressive. We're all on the same team. We're all on YouTube, and we need to band together, and we need to fight for each other. And more importantly, fight for a fair and honest media. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.